Hey there, everybody. It's Parks Owsley with Invin Global, and I'm joined by the best mid laner in NA. I don't know, but you took down a bunch this week. It is your time. You're going to Worlds. You're representing North America. First time. So excited for you. Right off the bat, what are you thinking after this series? You just played 13 games this week. I know you're probably tired, but how are you feeling?
I just actually can't believe it happened. It's pretty crazy. The storyline, just everything that we've gone through is clutch over this year. Like for it all to lead up to us going to Worlds is just so surreal.
It is surreal. And this time last year, you were on Echo Fox, so it's a new team.
Yep.
This time, 6 months ago, it was a really sad season. You had a player change, your org got sold. So what's been the emotions like for you? Because it's got to be kind of like tough going on that roller coaster and obviously a very stressful week.
I definitely can say I aged a lot in 2019 from it being when I got benched or from just having terrible split. Like even the summer split, we started out not too great, and I'm pretty grateful for everything that happened. Even me getting benched and us playing bad, I think helped me grow as a player, as a teammate, and just as a person. And yeah, just everyone who helped me along the road. Even though sometimes I feel like maybe I snapped back at a lot of people who like were being harsh on me. Thinking back on it now, I'm pretty appreciative of all of it.
That's good to hear. You also snapped back on a lot of mid laners who were being harsh to you earlier on in your career. Any gray hairs yet, or are you still keeping your youth a little bit?
No gray hairs, but the eye bags are coming in a little bit.
They are. Yeah, you and Cody both, I think. Everyone played great this week, but y'all looked so tired at the end of this split, or at the end of this weekend. Gauntlet. Me as well, actually. So you're going to Worlds. It's your first time. It's the first time for Vulcan, first time for Lyra, and Huni and Cody have been, but not for a while. Yeah. So is there any like major conversation that the team is having, or is it mostly just y'all are excited?
I mean, we've just been focusing on getting there first. Obviously, we'll talk about it in the future. I think, honestly, for me, I'm sure all my teammates too, I'm just ready to get a couple days off, take a chill. Like, holy moly, it's just been a nonstop grind for, I think, like 3-4 months. This is the most I've ever played League in my life. Like, it's like when I put on Echo Fox, the culture was not there, like, for this winning culture. And when I got home from scrims, I didn't really want to put all my effort into solo queue sometimes. Like maybe sometimes I would just slack a little bit, and I don't feel like that at all this year. It's like I get home from scrims and I want to hop into solo queue and like keep improving because I know that we can do it, and we just showed that we can do it. And now going to Worlds, I'm definitely gonna take a couple days to just honestly do nothing. I'm actually so tired. It's like hitting me in the middle of this interview even more. Yeah, I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. But yeah, I'm just ready to take a chill and then go to Europe in a couple days.
All good. Well, that is good to hear that. I guess there has been a mentality change. I know that Dignitas stepping in seemed to have done a lot for you guys. Do you feel like what has been the most immediately helpful thing for you or for the team as a whole? Do you think with Dig coming in?
Well, the biggest immediate change was the new coaching staff. I think. I can't count them. I can't give them any more credit than they already have. It's just like they turned the team around completely. And then on top of that, our CEO, Michael Prindiville, has been just amazing. He's the person who I would credit like a lot of the culture change to. He just came in and like he laid down the law. You know, he said like we're not a losing team. This is not clutch gaming. Like everyone knew it all the time that all 5 of our players were fucking talented. You know, like we're good players, and there's no reason we should come in 9th, like ever, you know? And we did in spring, and when he came in week 4, week 5, like we had a losing record. We were looking like we might not make playoffs again, and now we're going to Worlds, so it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, congrats to you again. So moving on from that a little bit, when I've talked to you before, actually just going all the way back to the beginning of the season, you said your goal by the end of the year was to be a top 3 mid in North America.
Yeah.
So do you feel like you accomplished that?
Up to my own standards, I don't think so. I don't think I was a consistent enough like factor in my team's wins this split. I think where I had a lot of shining moments. I also had a lot of like worse moments too. I think over playoffs and Gauntlet, I got a lot better, but even in our and even in the last Gauntlet series against TSM today, I think the first 2 losses could be credited to me a lot. I think kind of I didn't play too well, and I gave them a chance to win, even though we were the better team. And this is a series where I'm very happy about, but it's also a series I can look back on and be like, if I just adapted a game earlier or at the beginning of the series, like how I adapted after game 2, then we would have like just 3-0'd this team.
Well, that's, I mean, great for you to have already figured that out. And I'm sure, over the weeks preparing for Worlds, you'll have a lot of time to look back on those first 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I felt it after the second game. I think I went 0-5 to start the game on Aurelia, and it became very apparent to me that all TSM does is camp for Bjergsen, go to Bjergsen in side lane, go to Bjergsen in the early game, and as soon as I stopped dying to their random roams, to their random like overloads on the top lane, like they had no game plan. It was very obvious they had zero way to play the game unless Bjergsen was just getting random leads, and I failed at stopping it in the first 2 games, and then in the last 3 games, I succeeded, so that's why we won.
Yeah, you did. Go to Bjergsen at the blue buff, the TSM special. So what then is your kind of perception of your career? Because obviously it's your first time going to Worlds. You said you didn't quite meet the standards that you had set up for yourself, but obviously you exceeded the, I guess, probably predictions that a lot of people had for you. So do you find comfort in that, and kind of, what's your next step now to reach your standards?
Well, I'm really grateful that this all happened. Obviously, it's pretty insane. I'm definitely not sitting here being like a Debbie Downer that like I'm a terrible player. I think I had like my moments. I got so much better this year. Like there's no like doubt in my mind. Like, what else can I say? It's like I'm always striving to be better. I think that's what a competitor is. They always want to be the best that they can be, and even if you win, if you feel like you didn't do your best and you didn't do everything you could, like you have to really think about that critically. And there's no way I'm gonna keep getting better if I think about like these series like this and I see my mistakes and I'm like, it's okay, we won. Like for sure, if I go to Worlds, play like I did in the first 2 games, I'm gonna get clapped. Like there's no doubt in my mind. So it's time to just take it up 2 more notches.
That sounds like a good thing to do. Speaking of Worlds, anyone you're excited to play against? We've got Caps, Faker, Rookie, a bunch of perks, but I don't imagine you're going to switch down to the bot lane. But who are you most excited to play against?
Kind of like you said, I think Caps and Faker, the 2 mid laners I want to play against. They're the 2 mid laners. Faker for his legacy. I started playing the game like around season 3, and I was like a bronze player, and I just watched Faker. I watched Faker Zed play. I was like, bro, what? And like, he was a big inspiration for me. I got to watch him all the time. Like for my NA inspiration, it was Bjergsen, right? I watched this guy growing up. I watched him just shit on everyone, and now my worldwide inspiration, that's Faker. Like that's everyone's worldwide inspiration. Like obviously, I want to play against Faker. I got to be as humble as possible. Like who knows how that matchup is gonna go, right? I don't know. I have zero idea how I match up against the world mid laners right now. I know that I am good enough to play with Jensen. I know that I'm good enough to play with Niski. And Niski's never played at Worlds, right? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
But Jensen, like, he's like a superstar mid laner. This guy is so good. Obviously, best mid laner in NA by far, hands down. So, like, I can hold my own against him. Like, I'm sure I can do well there, too.
Niski best mid lane? Oh, no, you said Jensen.
Jensen.
Okay. Sorry.
Niski's all right.
Well, and you beat Bjergsen today.
Yeah, twice. The second one. Second time.
There we go. And then, I mean, being in a group with SKT, I think would be really fun.
Yeah.
Because Huni as well. So, is there anyone who you would want to be in a group in, to have, kind of the chance to face them in the group? And is there anyone who you would most like to face in a best of 5?
I honestly feel like it's SKT for both of those answers. Like, not gonna lie, just like for Huni, obviously, but also like, if I get to play against Faker in a best of 5, there's no way I like play that series and then come back to NA and like I'm not just 10 times better,
That's fair. I mean, some may choose G2 just for the crazy stuff that they like to pull out, but I can respect the SKT for sure.
Yeah. I feel like playing against G2 is a little like coin tossy. Like who knows what the hell is gonna happen.
Just don't get dragged into their game. So something else that we touched on earlier is that you're always just a one-trick player. And, it's been said about Syndra, Zoe, Cassiopeia, whoever. I know you told Invent Global earlier this week that Kiana is not a crutch for you guys.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. Is it not? You got to like prove it to me. Are you not a one trick?
I mean, in this series today, definitely 2 of our wins were on Kiana, so you know they just disrespected by not banning it. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, we showed in the last 2 gauntlet days that we don't need Kiana. Like it went through the pick ban, but you know, if I'm coming to 4-5 and a team is disrespecting me that bad, I'm just gonna pick my best champion. Like by no means am I a one trick, but by all means, like I know I'm gonna win the game if I pick Kiana.
All right. I like that answer. You did also get a win on a different champion. So I guess we can say at least a 2 trick.
My other one trick, Silas.
Yeah. Well, and then there's Aurelia, and then there. Well, congrats again. Lastly, I know you talked a lot about doing it for your team, especially Huni, doing it for the people that you're in there fighting with day by day. But you did have another call out on stage. So I wanted to ask you about that, if you wanted to expand at all about doing it for Acadian.
I mean, honestly, I don't want to talk about this too much because it's not really my place to talk about it that much. I feel on stage like it's a fine question that I got asked. Like, I don't want to stir up drama. That's not my purpose with saying something like that. It's kind of just in the moment. I feel like I had to say it, but shit happens on teams. I got replaced by Piglet for 1 week. Like, you never know what's happening on the inside in teams, and I think all I could say is like the fans, and when you see stuff like that happening on teams, is you just have to double your support that you're giving them when stuff like that happens, because I can relate to whatever happened there. I don't actually know the entire story, but it's hard times to be a pro player and to get replaced like that. So just when stuff like that happens to players, like just go out of your way, give them a DM. Like I know a lot of pro players have open DMs. I personally have open DMs because I love talking to people who support me. Like I should give back to those people, and if they don't have open DMs, just give them a tweet. Say like, bro, I'm here for you. I watch you, stuff like that. And yeah, just be supportive and, just, don't shit talk people. Like I feel like there's a lot of salty fans sometimes, like will like say some pretty messed up stuff. So it's chill if you want to do that. I laugh at it personally, but like if someone's down, give them some support.
Yeah. I like that answer. Do you want to say anything back to your fans then? I know you kind of just said it right then, but anything else before we go?
Just shout out to everyone who like tweets at me, DMs me, Tanner time. Like I don't know, it's absurd how many fans I've gained over the last like 2 months, and I'm forever grateful. It still feels like a dream to me.
Yeah, you should hand out watches to the opponent mid laners at Worlds just before the game. Just give them a little watch.
Maybe.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it, and congrats again. Go get your break. Go have a nice dinner, and prepare for Worlds. Excited for you.
See you guys.
See you guys next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe.